What's going on? How you doing?
What's going on?
All
Happy
right.
Friday.
Happy Friday to you as well. Um,
Thank you.
Jump right into it. We're gonna do around the world of sports.
Okay.
Week 17. Aaron Rodgers.
Oh boy.
He's still not a Jet. He claims he intends to play for the Jets. Now, when I first heard that, I was like, intends to play? I'm like, what do you mean intends? Like, do you want to play for the Jets or not? Then, through further research, it's not that Aaron Rodgers does not want to play for the Jets. You say intends, it doesn't really mean much. It means you have intentions, but doesn't mean you're going to the Jets. He says that he is not the holdup of him going to the Jets. He says the Green Bay Packers are holding up that deal.
Really interesting.
Yes. It's about draft compensation. It seems like Green Bay is going to try to get as much as they possibly can for Aaron Rodgers in a trade.
Okay.
And Green Bay claims that they're in no rush to trade him. They have intentions of moving on from Aaron Rodgers. They do not want to keep him. But they're going to try to get as much as they can from the Jets for him. They want a big deal for him. And it seems like a little bit of a tug of war between what picks are actually going to go over to the Green Bay Packers from the Jets. So it seems like this is being held up by draft compensation. In the meantime, Aaron Rodgers has apparently given the Jets a list of players that he wants on the Jets.
The Green Bay Jets?
The Green Bay Jets, right. They might end up being the Green Bay Jets. Or the old-timer Jets, depending on how you want to look at it. The Jets have already signed wide receiver from the Green Bay Packers, Allen Lazard, he's only 27. They signed him to a 4-year deal, $44 million. But Aaron Rodgers also has Randall Cobb on that list, who's a wide receiver from the Green Bay Packers, who's past 35 for sure. He also has tight end Mercedes Lewis from the Green Bay Packers on that list as well, who's closer to 40. He has Odell Beckham Jr. on that list as well, who's had his injury history. Everybody knows Odell Beckham Jr. is an unbelievable receiver, but he's had his injury history, so who knows how far that goes. Again, I have pause. Aaron Rodgers, he's a great quarterback. He's a Hall of Fame quarterback. But at the end of the day, he's 39 years old. I think he'll be turning 40 during the season. The thing with him is when he finished his darkness retreat, or actually before he went into his darkness retreat, and I just recently found this out, before he went to his darkness retreat, in his mind, he was 90% retiring.
Right. I did hear this.
Yeah, I recently heard that he was 90% sure that he was going to retire. Again, that gives me pause. Because if you mentally checked out at least 90%, it gives me pause as to how you're going to perform moving forward. You know, if there's a big part of you that was going to retire.
Right.
So, again, Aaron Rodgers does make the Jets a better team. I'm not trying to throw any shade on Aaron Rodgers. He makes the Jets a better team. Thing is, you got people talking about championship already. You know? I'm like, you know what? Pump your brakes a little bit. I think the Jets are going to be a better team. They already have a pretty good team. And Aaron Rodgers does make them better. But at the same time, it doesn't guarantee anybody a Super Bowl.
Exactly.
You know, so it's like, just be cool. We don't know how he's going to perform on the Jets. We have to wait and see. We have to wait and see if it happens. Because of the holdup now. You know, I would imagine that this trade would have went through a week or two ago. And it's still in a holding pattern. So, we'll see. Shout out to Mike White, former Jets quarterback who's now with the Miami Dolphins. So I hope he does well. I like Mike White on the Jets. Also, wide receiver Braxton Berrios has also moved on to the Miami Dolphins. So shout out to them. Hope they have pretty good careers with the Miami Dolphins. just not when they're playing against my Jets. Moving on. I'm not going to get too heavy into my Knicks, but I want to talk about starting center Mitchell Robinson, who recently had an Instagram post complaining about his role on the team. Says he's unhappy about his role in the offense. Crazy part about that to me is that it's not his first time saying that, complaining about his role. But why would you do that after a win? The Knicks had just won in Portland. Why would you complain about your role? Now, I love Mr. Robinson. I really like his game. He's an unbelievable rebounder, protects the rim, shot blocker, runs the floor, catches alley-oops. I mean, he's the biggest player on the team. And the Knicks rewarded him. They gave him a 4-year deal at $60 million last season, last offseason. So I just find it odd that he's complaining about his role when he's on a team that's 41-30 and 5th in the East, about to go into the playoffs soon. I don't understand why he would be complaining about his role right now. You know, the team appreciates him. He does a really good job. He's in the starting lineup. I think that's something that you should handle behind closed doors. Right. I don't think you should put an Instagram post about your role on the team. So I'm interested to see how that plays out. Moving on, Ja Morant. It came down that he's gotten an 8-game suspension. But the thing is, it's retroactive. He already missed 6 games. So he's basically only going to miss another 2 or 3 games. Basically another 2 games. They say that the game that he's actually scheduled to come back, they say he's not going to play in that game. But he'll be back next week at some point. He went to counseling in Florida for, I guess, about a week or so. He's been saying all the right things. He met with the commissioner, Adam Silver. He's saying all the right things. He had an interview with Jalen Rose, saying all the right things. But to me, this is going to be about his actions moving forward.
Right.
You know, he can say all the right things all day long. What are you going to do when you come back? Is there going to be a visible difference in who he hangs out with? Is he hanging out late at night and all that sort of thing? You know, is he getting himself in negative situations? That's to be seen. He's saying all the right things, though, but we'll see with his actions moving forward. I thought his suspension was kind of light, but that's just me. I actually root for him. I want him to do well. I think, to me, he's the most exciting player in the game. And I want him to do well. But I really hope he learned a lesson. I hope it's just that he's just not saying this because he wants back in the NBA.
Right.
I hope he really takes it seriously, and I hope he really makes changes in his lifestyle. Moving on, Lonzo Ball. I feel bad for this guy. He's about to have his 3rd surgery on his left knee. And he's either going to miss all of next season or miss most of it. And he hasn't played since January 2022. So hopefully Lonzo Ball has a speedy recovery and can come back and actually play basketball at a high level. I mean, his career might be in jeopardy, and I'm hoping that Lonzo Ball's still young. I'm hoping that he can. That left knee has been really bad for him. I'm hoping that the surgery will fix his issue this time.
Yeah.
And he'll be able to have a productive NBA career. He seems like a good guy, so I'm rooting for Lonzo Ball. Moving on to boxing. Tyson Fury will be fighting Alexander Usyk.
Okay.
April 29th in London. They were having problems over the split. Tyson Fury's like, if you want to fight me, it's going to be a 70-30 split. He was like, you take 30% and be happy with it. Tyson Fury,
you get what you
right?
get.
You get what you get. Tyson Fury's that he was like, you fight me and you get 30% of big money, or you
get 0,
or you fight somebody else for a couple million and be happy with that. It's gonna be less than what you make fighting me. I think Tyson Fury will knock him out. Tyson Fury is just much bigger than Usyk. And Tyson Fury is just so skilled. I mean, when they met in the ring at somebody else's fight, and to me, Usyk looked scared of him a little bit. He looked a little scared. So, I don't know. I think Tyson Fury got that fight. But apparently on April 29th, they'll be fighting. Breaking news, Manny Pacquiao wants to fight again. He's unretiring. Yes.
Oh, my goodness. What?
The Pac-Man wants to fight again.
Pac-Man?
Yes. He says he's going to unretire.
Oh, my.
He's in talks with UK sensation Conor Benn, who's only 26 years old.
Oh, my goodness.
Pacquiao's 44. Conor Benn is undefeated, so he's not coming back and fighting just some slouch. Like, Conor Benn can fight. So apparently, he wants to fight Conor Benn on June 3rd in Abu Dhabi. Pacquiao retired in August 2021, and he's coming back. Apparently, he's coming back. This is the big news now. So we shall see what Manny Pacquiao shows up, if this actually is really going to happen. But it seems like he's in talks to have a fight in June. So I'll leave it there.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's the big news, Manny Pacquiao.
Oh, wow. Well, that'll be interesting.
Potentially coming back to fight. I guess he's got that itch.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes.
All right. Well, thanks for keeping us updated around the world of sports.
Yep.
Wow. So if you sound off in the comments below, or any of you Pacquiao fans, let us know what you think about him coming out of retirement. And sound off on any of the other topics that Sporty Shorty shared with us today. Don't forget to hit that like button on your way out. And hopefully you're subscribed and your notification bell is on so you never miss an upload from Sporty Shorty.
Thanks, people. Peace.
Peace.